Does the Rode Rodecaster Pro 2 audio mixer have 48 volts of phantom power for your microphone? The quick answer to that question is that yes, you can individually turn on or off 48 volts of phantom power per XLR input into this audio mixer. Let's quickly talk about what that means, when you would or would not want to use this setting, and some tips and tricks along the way. First of all, if you are looking for pricing or specs for anything that you see here, we do have links down in the description below for the microphones, the stands, the cables from a variety of online retailers to make sure that you are getting the best price possible. Now, first of all, you can see that I have two microphones in front of me here. The Shure SM7B is a very famous dynamic microphone. You can see a logo up in the top corner here whenever you're listening to this microphone. And then we have the Rode NT1, which is a condenser microphone, which again is very popular, and you'll see a logo up in the top corner change to the NT1 when you're listening to this microphone. Now, a dynamic microphone like the Shure SM7B, you can think of it as being self-powered. It's actually really cool how it works. There's a diaphragm that catches sound waves moving through the air, and that pushes a spring around a magnet to generate electrical current, and that's how you get your signal to your audio mixer. Now, this is a really mechanical process. You're literally pushing a spring around a magnet to generate current, and that's why generally you find that dynamic microphones like the Shure SM7B require a lot of gain or a lot of work from the preamp of your audio mixer to get a good level. You can see here that the Shure SM7B requires 55 dB of gain just to get this thing in a proper operating range. Next, we have condenser microphones like the Rode NT1. There's a completely different technology inside these condenser microphones. There's basically a diaphragm and then two charged plates. Those plates need to be charged by an external power source of 48 volts of phantom power. And basically, as that diaphragm moves, it makes the two plates interact, and the movement or the distance between that gap generates an electrical current, and that's how you get your audio signal into your audio mixer. Now, if we take a quick look at the Rode NT1 here, you can see that I'm getting a very similar level with only 30 dB of gain. That's the benefit of a condenser microphone. They're much more sensitive, they need less gain, but the downside is you need that 48 volts of phantom power turned on. So let's quickly take a look at these settings within the Rode Rodecaster Pro 2 so you can see how this works. If we go to a blank channel here, you can see that I have dynamic selected, and you can see that P48 is turned off by default. It is best practice to have phantom power turned off when you're connecting microphones to the audio mixer or if you're using a dynamic microphone. A dynamic microphone, in my experience, and I come from an event industry where we used to do 1,200 events a year, if you have a balanced dynamic microphone, which is what most dynamic microphones are, they will ignore external power. It won't help them, it won't hurt them, it will not make them sound different in any way, shape, or form, but it's best practice to leave it turned off if you don't need it. Now, for a condenser microphone, if we go to the blank condenser microphone setting in the Rode Rodecaster Pro 2, you can see that P48 or phantom power is turned on by default. Now, this, as we described before, literally turns the microphone on for a condenser microphone. This microphone will not work. It will not generate any electrical signal going into your audio mixer if those two plates inside of the microphone diaphragm or microphone capsule aren't charged. So you do need to charge those plates. And when you turn phantom power on, you'll actually notice that it takes a second or two to kind of kick in and energize the system until you get audio signal from a condenser microphone like that. Now, I do have one safety tip for you with condenser microphones is to always turn off P48 or phantom power when you're actually connecting the microphone. There is a 1 in a million shot. I've never had it happen. Like I said before, I've done thousands of live events, and oftentimes these settings are wrong when you're connecting stuff, despite it being best practice. But when you're actually connecting it, there is a really low percentage chance that if you have P48 turned on, that it'll bridge or create an arc across two pins of your XLR cable and short the system out. So it is best practice to connect everything while your mixer's turned off, then fire it up, then change it to the condenser microphone setting, which turns on 48 volts of phantom power, which will activate your microphone. So the Rode Rodecaster Pro 2 does have the option to turn on or off 48 volts of phantom power. If you have a dynamic microphone like the Shure SM7B, you will want this setting turned off by default. And if you have a condenser microphone like the Rode NT1, you will want this turned on once you've connected everything to your audio mixer for the best results possible. I hope this video has been helpful. Again, if you are looking for pricing or specs for anything that you've seen in this video, we have links down in the description below. And if you want to see more videos like this in the future, please like and subscribe. Thank you for watching.